Heavenly Host is a cursed multidimensional nexus where multiple planes of existence are all piled on top of each other, created by powerful, vengeful spirits. This is known as closed spaces, and is the reason why even though students roam what seems to be the same school, they're not actually in the same place. And if you should die here, you will experience the pain you felt at the moment of death for all eternity. Heaven is cut off. There is no paradise, no nirvana, just eternal pain. These are the messages of the dead, the victim's memoirs. We start off this dreadful chapter after a sudden earthquake. Ayumi and Yoshiki both decide to go look for Miss Yui, their teacher, who just a few minutes ago left them to investigate the school on her own. They find nothing on the second floor, so they head down to the first floor, where they find a note on the wall. Living friends who are able to retain their sanity and reason will be your final ray of hope. They head to the entranceway, but the doors leading outside are locked. The students continue on and find a gruesome scene. They find the first of the victim's memoirs outside of classroom 4A. I ate my friend today. What else was I supposed to do? I was starving. We both were. And there's no food here. So we decided, together, that one of us should try to live just a little bit longer. If I ever get home, I'm supposed to tell all the people waiting for us what happened. We left it all up to a game of paper, scissors, rock. Loser eats winner, and I lost. I felt her blood going down my throat, quenching my thirst, and her meat was supple and satisfying. But that blood and that meat was once my friend. Up until just a few hours before, I'd been talking with her. As I feasted, I just kept thinking, this food used to be a person. Before I tore it apart, it all worked together to sustain a life. And every time I thought about that, I just started crying. And I couldn't stop. I wanted some part of her to be with me even after she died. So I decided to keep one of her eyeballs, and I thought maybe I should write all this down to help preserve some small portion of my sanity. There's a middle school-sized corpse near the memoir. The stench of the decaying body is so strong it lingers throughout the hallway. They go back to the entranceway, where they find the second of the victim's memoirs. I hold, in the palm of my hand, a piece of a person's body. A piece of a person who was living and breathing only a short while ago. This body part used to be attached to her head, and now I'm walking around the school with it. I had no idea eyeballs were so heavy, and I just keep squishing it in the palm of my hand as if I'm testing its firmness. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. The students end up in a long hallway where they find a ghost of a boy. Without looking at the boy's eyes, they acquire the nail puller. They go back to room 1A and use the nail puller on the door. They find another note. Those who choose to ignore the darkness that dwells in the hearts of man may be stuck forever in a loop. For in this world, there are some truths that simply must be known, no matter how disturbing. But curiosity can be deadly, and other truths are best left untold. Beware the messages of the dead, for there be curses among them. Curses that can crush even the strongest wills, demolishing all semblance of reason. If you wish to protect your sanity, take heed. Do not let your curiosity get the better of you. Do not read the victim's memoirs to their conclusion. They read the third of the victim's memoirs. I've been searching every last corner of this school building, trying to find a way of escaping with her, but it's not happening. No matter how much we struggle, only further misery awaits us. I'm so unbearably thirsty, so hungry that it feels like my stomach is eating itself. And every moment, it gets worse. It's like a big black mass in front of me that's slowly closing in. I can't keep ignoring it. I've started talking to the eyeball in my hand to help stay focused and maintain my sanity. Stop looking at me like that. I swear I'll find us a way out of here. I have to make sure I tell your family what you did for me. They go on to the third floor, where they find the fourth of the victim's memoirs. I am writing these memoirs with sticky hands, but it's not me that is sticky, but something else. I hope you're not mad about this. Maybe you'll think I'm a horrible person, but I got hungry again. Really hungry. Like I was about to die. So I did something I shouldn't have done. I promised myself I would stay sane, and promised myself I wouldn't do what I did. I am so sorry. Really, really sorry. Really sorry. But there is no excuse for what I did. With my bloody hands, I took the thing that I've been squishing and I put it in my mouth and I swallowed it. I ate it. They go back to the second floor where they find the last of the victim's memoirs. If you are reading this, allow me to forewarn you. There is no hope of rescue. There is nothing to be gained. Endless wandering and endless torture is the nature of this place. I succumbed to my hunger and thirst. Began nibbling on that corpse again. There is no flavor, no sensation, just meat and fluid to sustain my empty belly. I promised I would not desecrate your body anymore, but I broke that promise. Please forgive me. Yoshiki abruptly regains consciousness. Ayumi is dead. Her corpse on the ground is ripped into pieces. He spits out blood from his mouth. Who the hell did this to you? He says. I'll make them pay. There's a note next to Ayumi's corpse. It's her testament. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I'm going to be killed. I'm going to be eaten. He's chasing me, and I can't keep running. If anyone should find this paper, I urge you, bring him to justice. The one who killed me for sustenance. My classmate, Kishinuma. Yoshiki cannibalized Ayumi. He ate one of his closest friends. Petrified at the situation, he screams. He keeps eating. He keeps eating the corpse of his friend. And that is the end of the victim's memoirs. It is widely accepted that Nao Takahashi, a female student of Lexington Senior High School, is the author of these memoirs. The body she consumed is thought to be Emi Kudo, a fellow classmate of Nao, as her cause of death is written as willingly offered own flesh as food to sustain friend. now eventually withered away from dehydration.